Honorable court. 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 Honorable court.
The union. Oh wait, I think I'm muted. All right, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I don't know where the fuck Larry is, but I think he's. Oh, yes, I am here. Night one is a wrap. We are live. Larry should be posted up soon, but in the meantime, you got me. Uh, yeah. Currently watching Roman looking sad as shit, walking up the ramp, Punk in the ring looking sad as shit. Triple Cross is just taking shape. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we here, man. It's episode 90, Mid Carters and Catering. 90 episodes, 90 episodes, Mid Carters and Catering. I first want to acknowledge that. Are you, are, there
There
you
we
go.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Technical difficulties, y'all. Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I'm still in shock over. I'm in shock, but I'm not surprised if that makes sense.
Well, Seth said that Paul owed him a favor. I mean, he
Hey
said that
man.
he cashed in that favor tonight. So I mean, that's just he
Hey.
hadn't cashed in the favor yet. You can't just leave that as a red herring out there.
I,
But
I knew this shit was coming.
yeah, you knew it was coming. Hey
I,
man, it's messed up because I thought maybe it was gonna be Punk night, but it still is Punk night because
it,
he got his main event. But I brought the flag out. I brought the
hey.
flag out for it. I was ready to whip the flag up in the air,
Nah,
man.
man.
But
It's not
hey,
your night.
it's not his night, man. Well, it wasn't your winning night, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you're still a winner because you got your main event
I'm still a
finally.
legend for sure. Like,
Yeah.
but
But yeah, he just kissed the ring and now he looking at everybody in the room.
I would say I hate it had to be him, but I mean, the funny part is when we talked on the legendary Survivor Series post show when Punk came back. What did we say? There's gonna be a lot of kissing that ring
Oh yeah, he's
when
gonna
we
have to
come
kiss the
back.
ring for sure.
So this whole time they've been like, man, you've been gone, you ain't been here, and all this stuff. So I figured there was gonna be that moment that you had to give Punk where it's like, damn, he didn't have his, you know, he got screwed or
Yeah.
screwed, quote unquote. So I'm not mad at this. Like,
No, I love it. I
I
love
think this is
this.
gonna
And
gear us up for um, an amazing. I mean, realistically, now it's time to pull the trigger for the last or one of the last, quote unquote, summers of Punk. Now's the time to do it.
yeah,
And we
it's time
didn't.
to do that. And it's finally time to do Roman versus Seth, the final
Yeah.
the final match. Like it's time to do that too. I think it's time for them to get that WrestleMania 42 spot. They got to
Well,
they got to get this shit off. Like
I mean, I'm gonna be
I,
honest with you, bro.
I don't want to waste it at no nah. It's wasted at if it's at another PLE. I'm
No,
sorry.
I'm gonna be real with you. If they don't get a singles PLE, like a singles mania match, I'm not mad if this is it, because this is set up so much, and I mean, they're always forever going to be intertwined. I mean, when I think about it, going back to the Shield 31, they were supposed to have their one-on-one at 32, but we never got it. And then just even all these years now, I mean, if they don't get it, it's not going to be the worst thing for me. But I totally understand why people want that, because it's a huge match.
You
But
have to. I don't think that we can't. I don't think we can do that. We can't do that. We have to do that. Like it doesn't have to be no belt, no shit. You have to close out Seth and Roman's story. Like you have to. Like I don't think you can close it out in this triple threat. While I think this triple threat here alone is probably the best triple threat I've ever seen, I'm not even gonna hold you.
I
Um,
mean, I have to sit with it before I make that assumption, but like with decision. But it's up there though. It's
I
definitely
mean,
up there.
when I look at certain lists that's out there, and I like especially like the one WWE put out themselves where they have Ronda Rousey, Becky, and Charlotte as the top triple threat of
Yes,
all time. Like it's in their top like 10. No, this shit is smoking that. So
for sure.
if that is the measuring stick to go by here, I think this one clears it easily. But I mean, but you also got like Danielson and Batista and Randy
Randy.
Orton at
I
32.
mean,
But
shit. You got Roman stacking and pinning.
I mean, but
You know
hey, look,
that's.
fuck Edge. Hey,
I mean, but also too.
I'm
I
not
mean,
putting him in
I,
no good position on the terms of a
that
list of
ain't
that
that
triple
ain't.
threat.
That's the thing. Like I look. I mean, that's you. I mean, also, I think underrated one is Gunther, Drew, and Sheamus 2 years ago. I think
Oh
that
yeah,
one was.
that's way far. Yeah, that one is up there
So
too.
that's what I'm saying. I
Like
mean, honestly, I feel like the reason they did this is because, all right, Roman Danielson, Edge, Adam Copeland is literally to like solidify that Roman was going to be here for a long time. I think in particular with this one, this is to erase what we all know that happened in March 2004 that we never talk about. The match where Shawn Michaels and Triple H, did what they did by themselves, but it was still a triple threat match.
oh
So,
yeah,
yeah. So I
yeah.
think this erases that now, but because of the twist and turn. And I mean, we are 10 years since the heist of the century. What better way to redo the heist than in a different format? Because this was all Punk. Like Punk had this in the bag, and then Heyman showed his true colors.
Yeah.
And I think this is definitely going to be in the conversation. It's definitely one of the best triple threats I've seen. I wouldn't say it is the best, but it is up there. I'm gonna have to sit with this one and think about it for a little bit. But I am gonna probably. This is one that like this is hopefully night two lives up, but as of right now, this is the match that you go back to this WrestleMania for. Like this is the one for
Oh,
sure.
this is the match you go to for this entire night because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you and with the watching audience. This night one sucked. This shit was
I
ass. Like
mean, all right.
I'm standing on that. I'm
I
not.
mean, I'm not mad at. Okay, you got your opinion, but this is my thing. I'm gonna ask you, right? I mean, was we go into the card like this feels like a typical WWE PLE that just didn't have any oomph to it. So with
But this is
that being,
WrestleMania.
so that's what I'm saying though. So because it's WrestleMania, I feel like it because it didn't have the oomph. That's why people are like disappointed. But I mean, this is what you would typically see on there. So going by that, like, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
like
just mid.
WrestleMania is where you're supposed to bring the best out. Like I don't. I understand that there are certain things that happen that transpired in terms of like for example, Ray Phoenix. probably wasn't prepared to actually have a match tonight because everyone thought it was going to be Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio got hurt,
the night
and he
before.
came. And I still think that they put on a solid match between uh,
Yeah,
him and Gable. I think
I do too.
that's one of the a nice standout match for the
Yeah,
night as well too. But I know that shifted things a little bit. Um, I understand that there was certain things that was there, but I don't know, man. I just,
I mean,
yeah,
all right. I
I don't
mean,
think I can't being as a person that's been here for the last, of course I've been here multiple WrestleManias, but the one that's been here for the last 3 to 4 years, like both night one, night twos, and everything of that matter, like even going back to 40 last year. This nah, bro. Like this is definitely probably at the bottom of those. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you, but I can't I can't be like, well, it's in the realm of like regular PLE and everything like that. Like I get that, but it's like, bro, this is WrestleMania.
I mean, all right. So,
Like,
I mean, all right. Ever since, because we going off of since Hunter's been in charge, right? This is probably this night in particular. I mean, it feels like WrestleMania 38, where like 38 had a lot of like, well, 38 was hella hyped up because we knew it was like the Stone Cold shit, but like,
hmm
yeah, it's a lot of mid in between those nights. But okay, like, I mean, we want to run down the card, we can, because like, there's a few things I want to point out that
yeah, for
again.
sure.
So like, we start off with
Jay and Gunther.
Jay and Gunther. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
It was cool for the moment. I think it was cool to give Jay that moment.
Hmm.
Um, I'm happy for Jay for him to get the title. Of course, I'm one of them people that was quite critical of Jay, like in terms of like his just overall ring performance, like how I don't think Jay is the best in the ring, but
Okay. Okay.
I understand Jay, the character and the allure of like how over he is, like you have to put him in that position to be able to be the one to dethrone Gunther, and I think it was done well. Making him tap out, I think I was okay with that too because I know a lot of people was kind of tripping. Like he made him tap out. I'm like Dragunov made him do the same thing in NXT. So
Dragonov made him do it, and
um,
if you got hit with multiple kicks to your head and splashes,
yeah,
yeah, you're not gonna want to be like Gunther was like, all right, bro, I give up. But
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's been his whole thing though. Like Dragonov wore him down, and Sammy literally gave him CTE.
yeah. Sammy
This is
had
what
to
you
give him.
have to do
Yeah, yeah.
to beat.
You have to kill Gunther to beat Gunther. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was done as best as I think it was done as best as it could be done with in the realm of Jay Uso and his ability and everything like that. And for the moment, yeah, great moment. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think
I don't know exactly where we going beyond here, how long is going to go for Jay. Not that it really even matters that much,
it's
honestly.
just a moment,
It's
but
it's the moment. It could be like Damian Priest, his time. I think it may be a little longer than how Damian Priest's reign went. You know what I'm saying? But
I think the thing with Gunther that people have to realize is that with his character, there was going to be lull getting into this because Gunther's character is literally I'm better than you.
yeah,
So
or you're not worthy enough.
right,
You're
well,
not.
yeah, that's what I meant by I'm better than you. Like you
Yeah,
shouldn't be able to sniff my feet. So when you have somebody like Jay Uso who's a talker, it's just literally Gunther everywhere. Like, fuck out of here. I ain't trying to hear that shit. And then it's like, okay, like this feud really didn't turn up until Gunther put belt to ass to Jimmy,
yeah. When he beat the
and
shit out of
then
Jimmy.
Jay had to stop all the antics and get serious and do all that. So that's when this feud to me really like turned up. But then you look at it and it's like comparing like Jay and like Braun Breaker, they both can go back and forth on the mic. Gunther's not gonna do that shit. So
Yeah,
literally these builds, like the builds for Gunther matches are whatever, but when you get to the actual match, this is gonna happen. But also, Jay Uso is not somebody that's gonna go out there and put on a 25-minute, 30-minute
No,
banger
not at all.
because
Not
that's
at
not
all.
his style.
No.
Gunther comes from European wrestling where this is what they do. They just
Hmm.
do these 30, 35-minute, 60-minute time limit draws on the indies and shit like that. That's where he comes from. Jay's an
Yeah.
entertainer as
Yeah.
far as his wrestling style. So this shit wasn't gonna be that. But I mean,
No.
overall, I liked it, and I like the fact that, like you said, go back to the Dragunov tap. When Dragunov tapped him, it was quick, but it's just showing that Gunther's character as the bully is a coward deep down. So the moment he gets into some shit, he's trying to get out of it because he didn't want to be in it. I mean, hell, he literally clocked this man with the title while
Yeah.
the ref
Yeah. Yeah.
wasn't looking. Like that's he as strong as he is, he's still a coward. So yeah, but I thought it was very solid for what it was, and it was a great way to open the show up. It's just that I still feel like WWE needs to be brave enough to just say, hey, the winner of the Royal Rumble gets a world title opportunity at WrestleMania instead of saying the main event so that people, not us, but people won't already sour on these things and sour their expectations on these matches before we get to WrestleMania and not be as interested. So
Yeah.
salute to Jey Uso, man.
I
I'm really
honestly
happy
think.
for him.
I mean, but hey, I think they opened up with the world heavyweight title last year.
They
I
did,
think
and
yeah,
but he wasn't. But
but
that was just
yeah,
Drew McIntyre
yeah,
getting
that
his
was
shot. He
Drew.
wasn't the Royal Rumble winner.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
So
the thing.
yeah,
So if you're not gonna do it, and you know you're not gonna do it, just say, hey, the winner of the Royal Rumble will get a world title opportunity at
yo,
WrestleMania.
real quick, Big E gotta let it go. He gotta let it go.
Oh,
Like
he,
this,
hey,
this, this. No, no, I'm talking about the cut.
no, I know. I'm saying he should have went Murder One 5 years ago,
Yeah,
bro. Yeah,
you gotta go
no, no, no,
bald,
no.
bro. Like
Listen, bro, his
this
shit
head is
doing
in.
like,
Nah, he
yeah,
look
nah.
crazy. I'm looking at him right now.
Nah,
I'm just
gang.
he look crazy,
I don't
G.
even have to look to see. Like, fam, I
Yeah,
felt this
like
shit when he was still wrestling. Like,
like they put a ramen bowl on the back of that nigga head
bro, like the
and line
last
him up,
time that
bro.
nigga
Like
had a okay taper was literally when he was Dolph Ziggler's heater, and that was 13.
oh
Obama was still in office.
yeah, when Obama
Like,
first
yeah, nah, bro.
first presidency.
Big E gotta come
Yeah, he gotta let that
home
go.
and gotta come home to a
He
fitted
looked like he
hat.
take a comb and he just comb his hair back. Like
It's
he
like
looked crazy,
he got
G.
a high top KD, bro. Like literally, like it's a high top
Yeah.
KD,
It's
dog.
nasty. It's really nasty. But
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sorry to deflect. It's
Nah,
just
nah, bro. We here
it
tonight,
was
bro.
bothering
Hey,
me. But we live,
we
we
live. We
live,
live.
and the post show is
Cut that
going
shit
on right
off.
now.
Cut that
Yeah,
shit off. And yeah, shout
yeah,
out to everybody in the comments. Tell a friend, share, like, subscribe, all that. Feel me?
yeah. But
Yeah.
the sec was not the was the tag match following that.
And that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
hey yo.
Okay, let me explain something about this tag match that I feel like needs to be said. And this is why this shit sucks. Okay. All week going into this WrestleMania, this is the first time we've actually seen Triple H fight back as far as like what people say, as far as like the fans and things like that. Normally, when he fights back, he's like, man, Meltzer don't know shit, or this journalist don't know shit. This is the first time we've seen him be like, oh man, all these fans do is whine and complain, right?
Mhm.
They're not happy with anything. Yet, you can clearly tell he paid attention to fans and gave the men a tag match. Because, all right, if they don't have this tag match, there's no other men's tag match this weekend, right? And what is one of the number one complaints about Triple H? He doesn't know what he's doing with the tag division. Okay. So that being said, right, before you go, would I have liked to see the Street Profits in that TLC match in place of this? Absolutely, no doubt about it. Because Street Profits, Gargano, and Gargano Ciampa and Motor City Machine Guns would have delivered hands down. But at the same time, right, this is on par for the quote unquote WrestleMania piss match. This is just what it is. After coming down from that high, there was gonna be a match that was a piss match. I don't think it should have been New Day War Raiders, but at the same time, clearly they have this thing with New Day where they're like, we don't want to not put them on the card. But I'm of the belief that hey, that ship has sailed.
That should have been said. Like,
So and Ash's comment, right, about the Clash of Clans, that's why they had this fucking match, bro. When they came out with the Clash of Clans outfit, that was the sponsorship making sure this match happened, bro. Like it's nasty, but that's also why I'm
I
just
mean, but
like,
you could have gave any other match Clash of Clans.
I mean, I agree.
You could have
I
gave Clash
mean,
of Clans TLC match. You know what I'm saying?
true, but I
Like
mean,
I just
you
you
have
could have just
literal
made it a ladder match.
you
I mean, you
literally
don't.
got Vikings, bro.
I mean,
Listen, I'm not
cool.
agreeing with it,
I
bro.
hear
It's
you.
just like
I hear you. That shit was, yo, I, yeah,
it's a
piss.
Monday Night Raw ass match, man. It's
Oh, like in the middle of the show match,
yeah,
like
like
middle of Raw on a
it's a
Monday,
Monday Night Raw. It's a USA Monday
a
Night Raw
USA
match.
Monday
Like
Night Raw
even
match,
yeah, I'm
in
with y'all.
December, in
I
December,
no, December, nigga, the middle of September
in
when
De-
football is on.
December when we watching NBA games, bro. Like
Brother,
this is
I stand with you.
like
I
that.
stand with y'all. But it's just like this is another reason why I'm like, yeah, man, if he doesn't give the tag match, if he doesn't give the men a tag match, his mind is gonna worry about all of these other wrestling fans. It's like, what's up with the tag division? And that's where I'm just like, hey, I get it. I get it. It's I mean, Street Profits, Gargano Champa, Motor City Machine Guns, and a TLC match should have took the place of this. But also, if we're talking about time and match time and shit, this match was what I think like
The
10
match,
minutes.
the match was maybe about to 12
I'm gonna pull
minutes,
it up on the side here just so I can make
10,
sure.
12 minutes. It felt a little longer than that. I'm not gonna
But
hold you
I'm just saying maybe it was 12 minutes. I'm
because
thinking of the match after that was like 10 minutes. But
especially in the realm of like where, and not saying that it was promised or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it'd be like, oh yeah, we'll have a Big E signing in this match or sighting in this
no.
match or anything like that. I'm just saying like you put that match there and you actually don't like the idea of a Big E sighting in that match possibly come up and it not happening. It just ends with these niggas
I
running
don't
off with the belts.
I don't
I'm
think
like, man,
I just
that
never
match was.
felt like I'm sorry. I don't feel like Big E was ever coming out. I feel
I
like
don't think so either. But what I'm saying is that you even just let that idea just sit out there like that. Like, and really, it was just, oh, the New Day is just going to win the belts and then run off on some silly shit that,
all right.
again, that you could have did in the middle of the night on a Monday instead.
When
But
was the last time they even showed Big E? When it like
when they literally turned heel,
okay,
and they have not returned back to that ever since. Like they haven't.
so I just think that moment was literally to solidify that they were heels.
And I
I
think
don't
so too. And I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that the idea is out there, but and then again, this is WrestleMania. WrestleMania is where moments happen.
yeah, I
And the
agree.
moment literally is, oh, we gotta see the New Day in 2025 win tag titles when no one is really asking for that shit. No one cares to see the
And
New Day
so
be tag champions again.
that's my thing, right? They would have did a whole lot better with this if let's say if the New Day did have a tag match, it was people they had storylines with. Because remember,
Sure.
going into the build of WrestleMania like months ago, they had a lot of back and forth with like LWO, right? Where they were going back and forth with Ray and like the whole respect
Hmm.
thing. So if they would have had a match with LWO, right?
It would have been
Then,
the same thing, honestly.
well, no, I'm gonna tell you why I don't feel like it'd have been that.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll say this.
Go ahead.
It may have been a little bit better. You know, what I'm saying? I don't think people care about the War Raiders. I'm gonna
Well,
keep it with you. They
that's
don't
why
give
I
a
was
fuck about the War
before
Raiders.
you interjected. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, like
Nobody cares about the War Raiders, and
yeah,
nobody cares about a match that's literally formed within a week and a half to just fill up a slot on WrestleMania. That's what I was trying to get at, bro.
yeah.
Like it's not the fact that it's New Day, bro. It's the fact that it is New Day, they're given a last second match. You can tell they're on the card because it's like, hey, we have to say we had New Day on a WrestleMania, and it's against the War Raiders, who I don't think they're a bad tag team at all. It's
I
just
don't think so
literally,
either. I just don't think
it's
that
not. This is something
WrestleMania
that should have been on
level.
Raw on Monday.
Nah, yeah, nah. WrestleMania
And
level, no.
check this out. If you trying to figure out another tag match that you could have done, you could have done anything. You could have figured it out.
I mean,
But that's what you're
again, the
supposed to
the
like.
simple the simple thing would have been because they did it at 40 last year. Like when they split the damn titles, when they did the title split last year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and they did that in a right allotted time space. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that you could have just did the tag match that really everybody is like, hey, that should be on the WrestleMania card. Literally everybody been saying it
I
back and
agree.
forth. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
agree. I
it should have
mean,
been the Profits, Motor City Machine Guns,
but
and DIY.
now
But
just for record, just for reference, that New Day match was 9 minutes and 15 seconds.
that's 9 minutes and 15 seconds. I
Seconds too
want
long. All
that
right,
so bad.
but a TLC match is for sure gonna be
At least
double
about
that.
12. You can. How long was that ladder match they did last year with Pete Dunne and with Pete Dunne?
When they split the titles.
Yeah, when they split the titles. How long was that match last
I
year?
feel like that shit. I'm up before I even find out. I'm gonna say that shit is at least over 15 minutes. But let's see.
Yeah, I want to see how long that match.
And in real time, that match was 17 minutes 25 seconds.
Man, you could have threw that shit on here. You could have threw that. You could have threw that on here, and you could have cut down that goddamn Hall of Fame thing down to about 2 to 3 minutes because they ain't even
But
need that.
see, this is
Like
that's okay.
you
But
could have
see,
got you could
we
have got
get
that
into
17 minutes
we
on
get
here,
into the
bro.
real shit, bro. Because that's the thing. It's like, all right, that match could have been, 15 minutes, whatever, and we could have had that in place of the Hall of Fame shit.
That match should have been on speed.
Nah, stand right. But I just think that in general, man, it's like this is literally what they've been doing. I just feel like this is the first time where people are like, all right, this model that y'all got where y'all been doing this same shit every year is getting stale and people aren't tapped into the rest of the card because this going into this card, everybody was only interested in so many matches on night one to begin with, let
Mhm.
alone what end up happening. That's going into this next match with Jade and Naomi.
Yeah.
Like it was sloppy.
It,
It just
it was. I think Naomi was definitely the better veteran of that match for sure.
for sure.
I think that she was a better veteran. I mean, which makes sense because she's been doing this a lot longer than Jade. I think
Exactly.
I think that Jade again is still trying to fine tune her ring abilities, like and her cues, especially because I see her a few missed cues. I saw a few, but I'm not about to like you know be so super overly negative about those miscues or anything like that. Again, this
I'm
is
not.
her first singles match at WrestleMania. So last year it's like she was in a multi-woman match, so you could hide her a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So this time it was like really like okay, this is her definitive first singles match, and
Yeah.
I think she did a nice little. She did a nice. If it was like out of five, I would give her a three. You know, a three
Yeah,
out of
it's
five
just
on that.
she's
Naomi
got room to
more.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, she got to put in more work and get more singles work. I think she really needs to get more singles matches on a week to week basis. Honestly,
Well, that's the thing.
but
So once again, that's the thing,
yeah,
bruh. She has literally not been doing any singles matches since since this angle got ran. Mind you, she
yeah,
came back from we don't know why she was gone. It looks like it was a legitimate injury. I don't know
yeah,
what it was. It could be women business. I have no clue until Jade comes out and says, "Hey,
yeah. This
this
is
is
why I
why I
was
was
out.
gone."
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not finna tap into it. But in general, you have Jade, who has her strong style, as you know, like that's she's athletic, but she has
hmm
her
she's
style.
she's a powerhouse.
She's a powerhouse versus Naomi, who likes to bounce
Really a
around.
striker type. Yeah.
This is literally like if I had to uh put this in like a character term that would make sense. This is literally like if you had Ryu versus Cammy in a match because one's gonna bounce around, one's like, all right, I'm a
One is gonna be a little stiff.
a little
Yeah.
stiff. So yeah, and I just think that some of the spots where Naomi was trying to bounce around too much, and Jade put that emphasis on the shit, like when she did that reverse into the power bomb. You could tell
Yeah.
Naomi got fucked up
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah. Because Naomi, I was like, yo, Jay just kind of fucked her
the
up. Like, I
ref
was like,
tried
whoa.
to
But
make sure she was good, and
yeah,
Naomi was like,
yeah.
finish it, like because she
Yeah.
couldn't
She's
kick
like,
out.
just finish it. I can't kick out. Like,
And
I'm kind of scrambled.
I do think Jade will definitely go crazy on her singles run. I think she's gonna have an amazing singles run. It's just literally that she has not had a singles match in so long. And mind you, she's been in a tag team with literally arguably the best on the planet in Bianca
Hmm.
Belair. So all of Jade's things that were hidden were because her and Bianca had these great matches and there were great spots in those matches. Now when you
Yeah.
take Bianca out of it, Jade got to get
Yeah,
her
it's time for
solo
she got to
run.
go get her. Yeah, she got to get her run on for
Yeah.
sure.
And
Like
I
it's
think
that
it's
time.
100% going to happen after this, but she just needs some more matches. That's it. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, when I see Winston's comment, quiet as kept. To me, Jade's best match was it was on SmackDown. It was her and Nia Jax. They went back and forth because it was when
Oh
they were
yeah,
doing the
yeah. That
Queen of
was
the
early
Ring.
on. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
early
but
on.
her and Nia both being powerhouses, that style match. Jade just got to get some more matches in, man. But she's gonna be there. This is nothing to worry about. I just am calling a spade and saying that
Hmm.
it was just sloppy with how some of the spots were supposed to be executed.
Yeah.
And but it happens though. Everybody, hey, it happens,
Everybody going.
man.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only way you're going to get better
Yeah,
is by having like little sloppy matches of miscues, and then you learn those miscues. So just so you build a way to be you build some repetition. You know what I'm saying? Again, repetition is the father of
literally
learning. So
go
that's
look at go
that's
look
the
at
way that you do.
last year we had that Jimmy and Jey Uso match and nobody ever talks about because it was just
Hmm. It
same
was
exact shit,
yeah,
right? And then look at Jey Uso now, 1 year later, after getting his reps in as a singles wrestler versus when he was in that tag team. I'm not saying Jade's about to be world champ next year, but what I am telling you is that Jade is definitely on a good trajectory. Just gotta tone it down, get this shit right. But I am still on the Jade train, bro.
yeah, yeah, for
Nothing
sure. I ain't
stopping me.
coming off of that train.
And shout out to Naomi. I fuck with the new entrance theme because it fits her personality. She don't need to be out there glow sticking if she
Yeah, she don't
on
need
this
to be
heel shit.
glow sticking and doing that Naomi Orlando
Mm-hmm.
Magic
Yeah.
dancer shit. Yeah,
That
we cool.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah shit. Yeah.
But
Speaking
but
of yeah, and yada I mean, you know, we have Jacob Fatu
oh
and
yeah.
Los
Okay,
Angeles
see.
Knight.
Yeah, see now we talking hoops. Now we might be talking
And
like
this is the thing about this. Jacob Fatu showed y'all that he is not no newcomer that just came around. Jacob Fatu has been doing this shit
for a
for
long time.
a decade.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
So
And
this, yeah, go
and
ahead.
and and also you gotta you have to shout out LA Knight in this too. You know what I'm saying? Like LA Knight, one of the biggest criticisms before, was that LA Knight's popularity hides his inability in the ring and everything like that. But I think that LA Knight has shown himself and proven himself to be quite a bit of a great quality dance partner. And I think
Mhm.
for sure he definitely showed a lot of good chemistry with Jacob Fatu tonight. I think in the wrestling, like wrestling wise, I think they had the best match like of the night period. But yes, it is definitely not no. This was Jacob Fatu's coming out party for sure.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
this was two vets
Yeah,
because
yeah,
LA Knight was this was literally this same exact match could have happened in TNA 8 years ago, could have happened in
yeah,
MLW 6 years ago. Like and nine, this is literally something that we could have this could have been Samoan SWAT team Jacob Fatu versus Eli Drake. And
yeah,
that's why I feel like
yeah.
they dialed the clock back with this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like you said perfectly, I feel like people get LA Knight's gimmick mixed up with his actual wrestling ability.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to look at the matches that you're putting him in. Like
Yeah.
this was a good match, and this is where I would want LA Knight to be, which is kind of funny because like some of those better dance partners for LA Knight really are on Monday Night Raw to me than it is on Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah, but it's also like I
But
guess when you look in the realm of personality and stuff like that, it's like Friday night, LA night, it's
no,
kind of
it
like
makes sense.
it
No,
makes
no,
sense,
no.
but even
It
still
makes
it's kind of
sense.
like when you think about LA night, you kind of go back to like Jay Uso where it's like again, LA Knight is an entertainer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's not necessarily a
Technician. Yeah.
technician or
Nah.
anything like that, but I say he's slightly better than Jay Uso in the wrestling in terms of wrestling, in terms of his wrestling ability. You know what I'm saying? I will
Oh
slightly give
yeah,
it to
yeah,
LA
yeah,
Knight
yeah.
for
No,
sure,
one
100%.
100%.
But
No,
like, cause
facts.
I think again, you get crazy spots quite like the one tonight. Like I don't think if Jay Uso's going against Jacob Fatu that he's able to do a BFT reversal from a moonsault. Like, no, I
I
don't.
mean, we
That's
literally saw Jacob and Jay. We've
yeah,
already
yeah,
seen it,
yeah. We've
and
seen it, and it's the typical Jey Uso versus one of his family
yeah,
members match. Like,
yeah,
that's
that's what I'm
literally what it
saying.
is. So,
We've seen it, and Jacob got his moment, and I think that from the jump, from with the entrance, like my son Solo coming out with the Scarface suit, with Jacob with the wolf
with the wolf
mask.
mask, yeah, that was hard.
Like I mean, it was only a matter of time because they always were promoting his merch. Like he ended up getting one of the better entrance themes than most typical wrestlers. Like some of
Hmm.
their new themes be like, all right, whatever. Like Jacob's thing slapped from day one, so it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this was the perfect moment for him. If you know anything about his journey, this is just
yeah.
beautiful to
Like
see,
it's
man.
it's
Like,
it's absolute. Like I was saying it to myself. Like just watch. I'm like, yo, Jacob Fatu is wrestling at WrestleMania. Like I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like that's crazy to see this. But at the same time, it's not crazy because he should be wrestling on WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? He should be at WrestleMania doing that. But
absolutely.
it's a great thing to see him in this position now. You know what I'm saying? And I
Uh,
think he's in the perfect position becoming the new US champion and being in that US champion realm of like that middle upper card where he can defend and he's gonna put on banger matches against
oh
a
yeah,
lot of guys in that card. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be
yeah,
coming for that title. Like
yeah,
Carmelo Hayes, for example. Like you can see that Carmelo Hayes is about to beat her since he's the one that got that push from that Andre the Giant Battle Royale, win that.
yeah.
So you kind of seeing that Carmelo's next up. You know what I'm
But it's
saying?
also gonna be a refreshing thing with that entire scene, like you mentioned, because
Yeah.
even Jacob Andrade, Jacob Nakamura, Jacob,
Hmm.
you run down the list of those people on SmackDown. I mean,
Yeah.
I do still think there's a
And the people that's coming. You know what I'm
well,
saying? Like,
but before we even get to that,
go ahead.
people that's coming is people that have are on the sidelines. There's still the
Hmm.
storyline with him and Solo that you have
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
revisit. And remember, there's even a guy on the sidelines that we're not talking about, and my guy Bronson Reed, that
yeah,
him
yeah,
and Jacob could have a insane feud when he comes back because you saw Bronson's natural chemistry with that bloodline going into Survivor Series. So that's something if they run back, I wouldn't be surprised at all. But nonetheless, this was
yeah.
the steal the show match, and I'm
Yeah,
glad Jacob had his fucking moment. So shout
yeah.
out to my dog, man.
Time out real quick. Everybody in the chat, I need y'all to go to the post show right now and look at Big E's. Look at Big E's hat. This doodoo hat that's on his head. Like, look at his hat. Like this, he looks crazy.
And
I'm,
Donnie,
I'm going to keep saying this. I'm sorry.
and Donnie, yes, I popped like hell when I saw Haku in that goddamn floral shirt, nigga. I said, "Is that?" I said, "My nigga, is that
Yeah, that's the real,
Haku?"
the real street champ, Haku. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, it's Easter blood. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's Easter blood.
but
So
I mean,
yeah,
but Roman told everybody, he said that, hey, I paid, the whole family came this time. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole family was gonna be in the building, so that's why you saw Haku tonight. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean,
So
I mean, and just in general, I mean, now his actual sons are in WWE with Tama
hmm
Tonga,
yeah,
Tongaloa, Hikuleo is in the cut somewhere.
yeah.
But yeah, I figured he would be here. Yeah, I didn't think he would be skipping WrestleMania. But
No,
shout out to
no,
him
not
coming.
this one.
He came out like that unk at the end was like, good job. And then it was like
Yeah,
giving
good
him that
job,
look
good job.
like hey, we gotta go.
hmm
Like,
We gotta go.
we
We
gotta
gotta go.
go.
But
Hey,
good job.
Jay party after party just started. We gotta we
Yeah.
gotta get that celebration tonight. And GG's for y'all out there that anybody out there that's at that after party, the Jay Uso one was woo boy. It's about to be insane.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's about to be wild. He about to have a.
And the
Don't lose
belt
that
in
belt
the
tonight.
club.
Don't lose
Man.
that belt tonight, Jay. Please don't. Don't. This is Winston.
Winston
I
stupid.
grab. I grab my gun when I
Hey, nah. The gun grabbed you, nigga. Hey, that's Haku Kent, bro. What's a gun gonna do when you got these?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. He might be the only one that can stop a hollow point, not named Superman.
Hey
I'm just gonna
man, I'm
keep it
trying to
real.
tell you, hey man, Samoan comics, man.
Yeah,
Jay,
for real.
keep playing. But
Next up we had, was it Charlotte and Tiff?
no, it was El Grande
Oh, El
Americano.
Grande Americano versus Ray Phoenix, who had to replace Ray Mysterio.
All
Um,
right, I
I had fun watching that match. I ain't
I
gonna lie.
did too. I don't
Like
know.
I
Like
thought it
Winston
was,
talking about like, oh, shorten
yeah,
that match. It was
yeah, it
eight
was,
minutes.
yeah,
What was there to like? You
yeah, it
want
was
to
only
have
about
a
8 minutes,
4 minute
bro.
match?
Yeah,
Nah, gang. Like, look, man. Yes, this whole thing is stupid because an American in a lucha mask 10 times out of 10 is stupid. But
yeah,
this makes sense. They've been building for weeks that he's been using the little pad and putting it in so when he does the diving headbutt, it feels like you're getting hit with a brick because
yeah,
that boy head strong. Like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, nigga, this is what I expected. Now, what I did not expect at the end
Was,
of this match, and what I did not expect when I woke up at
oh,
5:30.
well, look, well, this is why, and I think this is another reason why kind of this match happened in the first place. Because for one, let's okay, let's go back to this match real quick because I want to point out something that happened at the beginning of the match before Ray Phoenix even made, well, as Ray Phoenix made his way to the ring, and that was El Gran Americano approaching Vikingo, sitting in the crowd and catching a kick to the face before the match started. You know what I'm saying? Like, so let's explain why Vikingo was even here, and that's been the biggest news of the day, period. Um, and that's WWE's acquisition of AAA Lucha Libre.
I'm gonna start this bitch off, and this is shameless, and I don't give a damn right now because when I'm right about something, I'm gonna hold on to it. Patreon.com/MIC podcast. We were the ones that told y'all about Luchador Mount Rushmore when everybody else was doing these stupid Mount Rushmores on these timelines the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
We have been the ones to tell y'all, hey man, nah, tap in. Now, me and Nelson, salute Salute to Gang. Salute to everybody else that has appeared on Luchador Mount Rushmore. And not only Luchador Mount Rushmore, but Radio MIC and all the other great content that we have for y'all for $3. Tap in. Patreon.com/MIC podcast. But one of the things me and Nelson were dying to do for a long time was watch When Worlds Collide because it AAA in particular is a wild, wild place.
Yeah.
Now, I remember January 2023, there's a pivotal moment where Dragon Lee won the AAA tag team titles with his brother Dralistico. And he came out and he also said, "Hey guys, this is great, but I'm going to WWE." And
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Wait a minute. Weren't you just at the other company with your brother and his other brother and all that? Wow, what's going on?"
He said,
So
"Well, fuck all that."
I'm going to WWE. Hey, Bandito said, "Fuck the Camaro. I want the goddamn Camaro." So that happened, right? Then after that, you started hearing rumblings from Conan about how the luchas in that company did not feel appreciated and they felt like it was just being used as a gimmick.
Yeah.
Also, there was a big, big, big issue when they were doing their version of When Worlds Collide, which is Forbidden Door,
Hmm.
because they couldn't work with CMLL talent. We'll mention that in a second. So all this is going on. The matches they wanted to have, you couldn't even do. Then it became a, hey, I'm just getting a new lucha every couple months as a new toy, and then I'm not doing anything with them
Hmm.
because this is just what I want to do. Also, um,
Commander.
Commander, Hologram, my,
Oh wow. I
oh,
remember that. I remember when hologram was cool for a week. What, a
literally,
day?
I don't know if you know this. Fuego del Sol, remember him? He
Oh yeah.
literally,
Yo, he just did a mass versus
he just
career. Yeah, he
unmasked
just
and then just said,
unmasked. Yeah.
I'm tired,
Yeah.
boss."
Yeah.
So you picking up what I'm putting down. So all
Yeah.
this is happening, and then you hear Conan constantly saying like, "Hey man, be careful. What's code? Be careful. Be careful." It started when Andrade said, "Let me go." They
Yeah.
didn't want to let him go. Andrade had to slap up a couple people backstage, and they were like, "All right, you know what? It is what
Go
it
ahead,
is."
bro. Yeah.
Andrade leaves. Mind you, they're constantly telling them like, "Bro, stop whoring out Vikingo. Make him a special attraction. Why is he on fucking
Why is he wrestling on dark
Rampage?
and
Why is he
rampage?
on Rampage? Why do you keep doing these 6-man tag matches on Rampage, right?" So all this is going on. Then you hear in the summer of last year that Penta and Ray Phoenix both want to leave.
Hmm.
And that man said, "Nah." And then you had this whole back and forth about like, well, if WWE lets people, puts on injury time for people, then why shouldn't he? And it's like, now y'all are hypocrites because
You
one
said
thing I
that you
can get,
wasn't gonna do that. You
one
said you
thing
wasn't gonna do that.
you not only said you weren't going to do that, Hunter ain't did that. The Nasty Man did that before.
Yeah.
Creative Man did that. Hunter hasn't done that. If you want to
Mm-mm.
go,
You can go.
you can go.
Or we'll let your contract run out
We'll let
and
your contract run out
see
and
you
we
later. You
see
can
you
do whatever
later.
you want after that.
So that being said, that being said, you know, that it was very interesting to me at the time because I'm like, he really not trying to let them go. And the
Hmm.
entire time, Conan is just like, "Hey, bro, what comes around, comes around." Y'all, I can't. He's like, "This is part 2. I can't wait till y'all get to part 3." I'm like, well, if the Lucha Bros go, what the fuck is part 3? It's like the whole shit just, are they all gonna walk out or something? And then today,
Yeah, that news drop.
and now all of this is starting to make sense.
Yeah.
And look, man, look, CMLL, who I don't, for the record, as a organization and what they do as a promotion, I don't have a problem with CMLL. But CMLL has decided that they want to stick with New Japan. They want to stick with that company. That's what they want to do.
Hmm.
That's cool. They pride themselves on being a wrestler's wrestler promotion.
And as you bring that up real quick, I want
No,
to
no, no.
I
I'm,
want
I'm,
to
I'm
address this.
addressing.
No, no, no.
No, no, no. I want to
no.
address this. I
Let
want to
let me
address
let,
this.
let, let, let me land. Let me land real quick. Winston, there's no value in buying New Japan, bro. There's no value, especially when you have Pro Wrestling Noah already in a partnership. There's no value. There's no value, bro.
First of all, first and foremost, as the New Japan correspondent of this show, and has been this since day one, y'all niggas don't watch New Japan, bro.
Yeah,
Stop.
y'all
You
don't. Yeah, y'all
stop.
don't. Y'all
Stop.
not waking up at.
Stop.
You're not waking up
Nope.
at 4:30 in the morning to watch
Hey,
New Japan, bro.
I'm gonna
Y'all
break
not watching
kayfabe
that.
for a second. Hey AJ, when
Yeah,
I had my New Japan subscription, how many of the union members hit me up for that subscription? It was only two people.
yeah,
You and my
yeah,
brother that is having a wonderful night right now. Shout out
yeah,
to him.
yeah.
Other than that, man,
Yeah,
the
ain't
niggas,
nobody. Yeah, wasn't
ain't
nobody watching
nobody.
Wrestle Kingdom, bro. Nobody wasn't. Nah,
If you
bro.
go on the Patreon, you can literally see who watched Wrestle Kingdom that
Yeah,
night. It's
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Don't talk about New Japan now because you see talking about the seven. Nah, nigga,
Nah,
nah. And
nah,
I love you,
nah.
Winston, but nah.
It's no
And
value in. It's
and
no
AJ
value in
is
buying New
right.
Japan, bro.
Why why would I buy a company that has been pillaged by the other company
Yeah,
and has been literally, we have to work with y'all because literally y'all are giving our talent insane money to do nothing. Like they don't even have to fully move to the US if they're a part of that company. So what
they
sense
running
does it?
U.S. shows already, and I'm. You know what? Go ahead, Larry.
No,
Keep
no,
going.
no. They
Keep
no,
going.
let's no,
Keep
no,
going.
no. They
Keep going.
running US shows and ain't nobody talking about
Ain't
shit.
nobody talking
You
about
literally
this
have to
shit.
say, hey y'all, this is Tanahashi's last time over here for niggas to give a damn about watching these shows.
Yeah,
No, no, no. I don't want to hear these niggas talking about some man. Dwayne put a New Japan shirt. Dwayne is playing y'all, bro, like he always do, bro. That shit is
yeah,
listen, brother. They lit because we ain't, we ain't been on in a second, little hot
yeah,
second. Naito just walked out. You know
yeah,
why he
yeah.
walked out?
Naito left.
Because he took a 25% pay cut, and they told him like, "Nah, man, we can't reward you for that." What? Now, mind you,
They
as
they actually talking about making Sonata the number one guy again.
Sonata, who done switched clicks 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. That man
Oh
has went
man,
from LIJ to Bullet Club to yeah, click
nah.
hopper. Ain't no gatekeeping. I've mentioned this, but you know what, Winston? You didn't give a damn to ask. Maybe you forgot. Maybe you forgot. Let's just go with that. Let's just go with that. Maybe you forgot because workers work. You're a busy man. You know what I'm saying? But come on, Five. Don't do this. Don't do
Stan.
this.
Shout
Don't
out
do
to
this.
being an only E watcher.
Stan gaslighting. Stan gaslighting like he do. Stan the best gaslighter I know. But you know what I'm saying? That's another conversation for another day, champ. But I'm just saying all this to say, bro, there is no value in New Japan, bro.
Nah,
They
I
have
don't
a
think so.
whole partnership with Noah where they are feeding their talent. And I wouldn't be surprised if Naito goes over there even in a part-time role, to answer your question straight. I don't that may be what he does. He may just go over there and just, appear in the US when they call him to. But I don't.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. If Naito don't want to leave Japan, I see him going to Noah,
Yeah,
and
because I
that'll
mean,
be cool for
yeah,
him.
there aren't any other big promotions outside. And I mean, you do have I think DDT. Yeah, you have a few, but
You
they're
got
not on that
DDT, but
level. They're not on that
DDT
level.
also kind of works with. They kind of work with New Japan and quasi work with AEW. So it's kind of
Yeah,
because I think
because
if I'm not
that's
Takeshita
Takeshita's
still he's
DDT.
still DDT actually. So he signed to both actually. He signed to AEW and he signed to DDT still. So
Well, actually,
or
funny
he
enough,
or he was a DDT champion
he
still
was
over there.
DDT, but what ended up happening was New Japan kind of pulled a pulled a
Pulled a
racial draft and was like, we encrust Takeshita,
yeah
and,
yeah
and yeah, so Takeshita's kind of like the the like.
They hoeing them out.
Yeah,
That's what
they doing this
yeah,
with Takeshita, like yeah.
yeah,
So, hey man, but nah, I think but to go all that to go back and say no is clearly what they're going to be using going forward,
yeah.
and
And it makes sense.
it makes sense. But into this conversation, Hunter just told y'all, bro. Hey, who said I wasn't gonna do shit with Europe? Who said I
Mm,
wasn't gonna do this? The plan didn't stop. And this was
yeah,
yesterday when he said this. So the AAA thing is hilarious because they had everybody up there, and I was like, wow, like this shit is hella serious. Now
I mean,
I
seeing
need
Vikingo was crazy enough. It's
Vikingo.
like okay, like huh?
Vikingo blew my mind, dog.
Yeah,
That's what did
yeah,
it for me. I was like, this is the guy. Like, this
yeah,
is the guy they were putting all this. I feel like this is a bigger gut punch than Stephanie to
Y-
me
yeah. Oh yeah,
because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stephanie just made a
Definitely was on her
one-time
way out.
appearance.
She was on her way out
And
anyway.
she noted that, hey,
Vikingo
y'all
was
was
locked in.
she was like, y'all believe in this cap that the internet telling y'all, and it wasn't like that.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna tend to believe her. And while I'm on the subject of internet capping, look, man, she has her lawsuit with her former partner,
mm,
alleging domestic things, and that's a serious situation. So prayers for her and anybody that may have been affected by that. More recently, he just got out of jail. He's on house arrest. So he can't do shit. The judge is like, you can't wrestle, you can't do nothing. And people were trying to say, like, oh, there were people in AAA that, were supporting him. No, 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 no. His brother has a relationship with La Hedra, who is a bigger female wrestler for that company, right?
which she was a part of their stable, if I'm not
Correct.
mistaken.
So
Yeah,
she testified in court that, hey, my brother-in-law basically and Anna, who is Stephanie, they had
mm,
this toxic relationship, right? That's what she's saying about them, which is what she's saying, that her brother and her just were argumentative, but like she's not saying that he abused her, basically, right?
yeah,
That's what her story is. Now, that being said, to me, that sounds like some internal shit between families and not an actual company.
yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, be careful with what you say. Because then when you see these things happening, you be like, damn, like like, nah, bro. Like, be careful with how you word this shit, because you throwing allegations on the company and you have no proof of anything. Like,
Yeah,
see, all CMLL did was say, hey, we not fucking with Buddy, we cutting him. And y'all is acting as if the entire organization just tried to shit on Stephanie back here. Don't you know that if Stephanie didn't want to be up there,
she would
she
have
wouldn't
told
be up
them
there?
no. Yeah,
Don't you think they probably fucking all knew about this shit
yeah.
way? You think they just told these motherfuckers this shit yesterday? Nah,
And
bro.
then, mind you, also think about it when you make acquisitions like this, you also hand walking papers to certain people within the organization that you're like, yeah, we don't see you as a part of our vision for the future in this company.
Don't y'all
Like,
remember? Prime
namely,
example.
like Alberto Del
Yeah.
Rio. I'm telling
Don't
you
y'all
right now, like
remember
he's not
when?
going to be a part of this,
Hold
bro.
on, AJ, I got you. Don't you remember when they first announced the WWE TNA partnership and PCO was at GCW wigging out talking about, you can't do this to me, because he fucking hates how they did him in WWF at the time?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, yeah, bro. Either you not finna get with it because you already had the
Yeah.
lawsuits and shit. So,
It's gonna be a lot of boots getting boots to asses, like
and
pink slips for everybody.
in the La Herja situation, she's a part of that lawsuit. That means they can't, probably they shouldn't be around each other. But with dude being released now and her statement being a while ago, they may just have to separate them and they may not be on the same card. That doesn't mean it's the end of the line for her. But what AJ is saying and what I'm saying is, hey, you can feel how you want to feel. Just know if you're not down with it, we got two words for you: get out.
Yeah,
So It
Yeah.
just is what it
Like
is.
that's like they're not gonna be like, hey, we know what y'all want to see. Y'all want to see Alberto Del Rio, y'all. Like, no, bro. That's
No.
I know everybody's upset with WWE as of late, and like they've been wilding a little bit, but still there is a level of decorum that they do actually have as a company. So
Yeah.
y'all gotta remember that.
I
And it's
don't
also value that they see in people too. So like if they don't see the value in a certain person, and they probably didn't do anything wrong, they just gonna be like, hey, we don't see like AAA will live on, even though it's underneath our umbrella, but we don't see you as a part of that vision.
and
And then
that's
that's just what it
and
is.
that's the thing. Like I saw where some people were like, "Well, look at what WWE did with other acquisitions. What they did with them." I'm like, bro, we don't act like the pandemic didn't happen and stop every fucking thing on the planet except for two companies.
Yeah. But also still when certain acquisitions were made, that was done by different ownership. That was done in a different time. Like it's AAA is more than likely going to continue to be AAA. It's not
It's
going to
100%.
become WWE Mexico. Like, no,
No,
it's going to stay AAA because AAA is a name. AAA is also not broke. They weren't broke. They wasn't running in
no.
the red. They wasn't nothing. It's just why would you change the name? This is not the Invasion 2001. This is not. This is
But
not that, bro. You know what I'm
not that
saying?
at all. And also, when Triple H explained his vision years ago, I think people mistook this as, oh, he's gonna buy this company and call it WWE Mexico. He's gonna buy this company and call it WWE UK. Like,
Or
no, bro.
NXT Mexico. Like, no, bro. No.
Yeah, he literally said, okay, y'all working for progress. Guess what? We about to do WWE UK. Y'all want to come over here and get paid, or y'all still want to
Y'all want to stay in
deal with this
progress
shit?
and work a regular 9 to 5 outside
Mind
of
you, it was a point in time where they were working both.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
had to end up signing exclusive WWE contracts, and when they did, they got brought to Florida.
Hmm.
So, mind you, again, AJ, when
Pete
he
Dunne being one of them.
exactly
Yeah.
Tyler Bate and
Tyler
Gunther,
Bate, Gunther,
yeah, mind you,
Dragonoff.
the pandemic stopped all that shit because you couldn't be within 6 feet of people.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear this shit about, oh man, like what are they gonna do with these acquisitions? Clearly, bro, you think they just sold the WWE just because they were like, oh, this is just money? No, I'm pretty sure, and like they're probably looking at, hey, they got their fucking developmental system on goddamn the developmental
Lock
system.
and key.
Junior niggas got
Hmm.
2 shows. They got a
Hmm.
show on A&E, a reality show, and they got a fucking Evolve on Tubi, bro.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure AAA may be trying to get a US time slot or something that they can appear on US television.
And you have to remember TV deals. You got TV deals, and
What
the same
what
thing happens with teams in the NBA and teams in the NFL. Like trying to get TV deals. You know what I'm saying? Like what
locally?
Larry's saying,
Yeah.
local TV deals in the U.S. Like when you get TV deals and TV money, that ups your revenue as a company. You know what I'm saying?
What better way to do this than with the deals they have? For
Yeah.
crying out loud, even ESPN in Mexico just had Penta on. Like
Hmm.
they are one of the
Yeah.
main people to show WWE. If that's an opportunity for AAA to get on ES fucking PN somehow,
Yeah.
why the fuck would you do it?
Yeah. Why
So
wouldn't you do
miss me with this bullshit of, oh, they just bought this company. What did they do with it, bro? Y'all are comparing pandemic times. But here's the funny fucking thing about that. Y'all are complaining all goddamn day about, oh, they bought this. What did they do with this under old regime? Do we want to talk about how that company bought Ring of Honor and ain't did shit with it?
that? Hey
Do
man.
we want to talk about how that other fucking company bought took all the talent from
PWG and,
PWG
and
and
and just made it
GCW and ain't do
non-existent.
shit with them?
Yeah.
Do we
Hey.
want to talk about how when a motherfucker want to go to GCW, but they, aren't speaking with the company, that the owner is like, hey, nah, he can't wrestle here, but we're gonna have this person do this. And they gonna come here. We're gonna talk about that. But you worried about AAA and WWE because they bought the company. The company agreed to be bought out. The whole fucking board was up there like, yeah, we think this is a good move. And yeah, we want to recreate Worlds Collide with the
Hmm.
people that have the fucking tape library to do Worlds Collide. Sorry, bro.
Apples or
Yeah.
oranges, bro.
Get the
I
fuck
don't
out of here
know.
with that
Yeah,
bullshit, yo. Like,
apples or oranges, bro. I mean, I don't see. It
man.
makes perfect sense why this is happening.
And
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
man, I'm getting y'all might hear me a little riled up right now, but it's like, bro, y'all gotta stop with this shit, man. Cause look, don't hit me with this, man. They're killing the indie shit when that one company that y'all dick sucking dick ride every week has been doing this shit for 6 fucking years, dog. Now,
Nah, hey, Triple A, we here.
gang,
Triple
gang,
A,
man,
gang, gang.
gang, gang.
Hey, it's here, man. It's
We
here,
are fucking here.
and it's funny because when the news broke, well, I had a pretty busy morning myself,
Right.
in early afternoon, and then when I looked, I was like, "Is this a troll?" I said, "Hold on," and then
So
I'm going back, and then I'm like, "Okay," and I see the official. I didn't know that you were like sleep or
yeah,
napping
I
at that
woke
time
up
because I'm
hell.
like, "Why, Larry? Why the hell isn't Larry blowing up right now?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Okay, whatever," but this is
Yeah.
crazy, But when you did and you saw it, and you was like, "Excuse me," you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Oh
like, yeah,
man, I
bro, it's
felt
real.
like, bro, I felt like I felt like the intro of Da Vinci by Rich Gang, dog. I
Yeah,
said, wait a minute, hold on, wait, what? And
yeah.
I was up this morning, and I'll just quick side note segue this just for the sake of the show. I woke up and I watched Stand and Deliver, which was
Okay.
really good. I recommend y'all go back and
I didn't catch Stand and Deliver because
but
I wasn't
Stand to
home.
Deliver, every fucking match was fire. That tag
Yeah,
match between Fraxium and Hank and bro, fucking
they went
amazing.
crazy.
Yeah,
I did see shout out to Saul Ruka. I did see like how she ended her match, the
yeah.
ladder match. I said, oh no, she went
She's
crazy at
she's
the end.
she's ready.
Yeah,
And
yeah, like that was dope.
every match was well. The women's fatal four way was really good. Even
Yeah.
the tag team pre show where they set up the new number one contenders. That was
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. Because I
yeah,
think that's Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I highly recommend y'all check out Stand and Deliver. It and it's continuing with the tradition of what they do, where WrestleMania nights may be mixed and spotty, but Stand and Deliver does what the title says. They stand and they
standards and
deliver.
delivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give that a shout out. So shout out to them for that. And
Um.
yeah, man, Vikingo at WrestleMania is something I didn't well, I'll say this. I thought we were years away from seeing this,
Yeah.
seeing that tonight.
Oh, he'll definitely be wrestling at Worlds Collide for sure.
Oh, if you think
Yeah.
he not,
Yeah. He'll definitely be.
and
Yeah.
it goes into just what we've been hearing about the summer that this company's been preparing, as far as Night of Champions 1 week, this, um, fucking
Backlash.
well, Backlash next month.
Yeah.
Night of Champions is supposed to be in Saudi. Then you got this. We're still getting rumors about Evolution 2 and just,
Yeah.
another Saturday night's main event, which I think this time is going to be in Miami, I want to say, if I'm correct.
Yeah. I think
So
so.
it's a lot that they have going to keep the interest there besides the typical post WrestleMania lull or, hey, we're about to go overseas again. Considering that they went overseas for the lead up to WrestleMania, don't do that shit again. Um,
Yeah, that was a bit rough after the first 2 weeks. I ain't gonna hold you. Maybe,
yeah,
yeah, after the first week, honestly.
they
Like I
should
was like,
next time they do that, just do 1 week.
yeah,
Do two Monday Night Raws and a SmackDown over there
yeah.
and come back home.
And come
But
back, yeah, bring it back
yeah,
on.
but
I get that y'all love the crowds over there. I love the crowds over there too. But yeah,
especially
man.
for the build wise, because it's
Yeah,
like it was weird. But in general, yeah, yeah, nah. I definitely think we're about to see some shit, and I think that Worlds Collide card is about to be insane. But
yeah,
shout out to Luchador Mount Rushmore, gang, gang, all motherfucking day. Now,
yeah.
speaking of evolution and old versus new,
Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte.
look, man, it's
Doo
only
doo.
it's only so much one person can do when the other person gives up on the match halfway. And I think that I'm not saying they should have pivoted and added another person to this match or changed this match, but this shit went off the rails even before this match. This shit went off the rails the moment Tiffany could tell Charlotte was trying to genuinely one up her and not in
Yeah.
character, and this turned nasty.
As much as
Yeah.
I love Charlotte, what I'm saying, at some point it's gonna be time for people to have a real conversation about how she likes to do that. That's not gonna work for me, brother.
Oh, I mean, she. I
Shit that
mean,
she does.
what's her last name?
I mean, I
Like,
understand
what's her
that's her
last
last
name?
name, but boy, I tell you, she
No, I
be
mean, she's her daughter. She's her father's daughter, bro. Like, I know that might like surprise some people, not you, but my
yeah,
point,
yeah,
the point
yes.
I'm making is, dog, Charlotte Flair.
Stan.
What do you say?
Tomato, tomato, tomato.
Nah,
Hey, that's
now,
how I feel
now,
too, Stan.
now you talk. Winston want to cut down
Doo
an eight.
doo.
Winston want to cut down an 8 minute match, but nah, this is the match that should have been fucking 12 minutes. This is the match that should have got cut the fuck down, bro.
Yeah, man, it
Because
wasn't.
guess what?
It just wasn't good.
Guess what? This match has not had more people behind it than the NXT women's matches,
Hmm.
nor has it had more people behind it than the triple threat tomorrow. The
Now the
only thing,
crowd, now the crowd was definitely behind who they were behind tonight. They was up. They love Tiff. They love Tiffy.
yeah,
You know what
and
I'm
she
saying? They
had a
love
great
Tiffany
great
Stratton.
interest, by the
And
way,
she
too,
had
with
a yeah,
the
really
Barbie.
dope. The Barbie interest was really dope. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like the crowd loves Tiffany Stratton. Everyone loves Tiffany Stratton no matter where she goes. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Um, but they made their choice for sure in terms of like what they wanted, in terms of like who they wanted to win it and like who they were behind. But yeah, they it nah, that it's not. Yeah, you're right. It's not to the caliber of like how they feel about like Stephanie Vakir and Julia
Jada
and
Jordan Grace.
Jada and Jordan Grace. Like no, they definitely were more hype. A whole lot more hype is behind them than it is in this realm of Charlotte.
I
And honestly, I think it's Charlotte's fault. I'm
I
just gonna keep
guarantee
it real with
I'm
you.
gonna put my money down and tell y'all right now. I guarantee you, if they gave the women's tag title a month build up, there'd be more interest in that than it was this match, bro. Because
Maybe.
literally,
I think it
ev-
probably is, honestly, and I think that's because people love Liv Morgan. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like they love
Well,
Liv
but this
Morgan,
was
and
that was a last second edition, like a
yeah,
last later edition. So my point in saying that is, look, man, going into this match, my fear was Charlotte going Charlotte.
yeah,
And
and she did.
and
She
listen,
did.
listen, she did this shit with Becky Lynch, and she did this shit during the whole Ronda shit. Listen,
Hmm.
I'm not finna cape for Ronda ever,
Ever.
but let's not act like her and Ronda didn't like again this Charlotte shit,
Charlotte
this
sandbagging,
catty, this don't work
sandbagging.
for me,
Yeah,
sandbagging shit. Okay,
yeah.
we were saved because WWE said, "Hey, Rhea finna get her get back at 39, which is still one. I think that's probably Rhea's best singles match. But um, Charlotte been showing you who Charlotte is the past 5 years, and
5 years. Phew.
I mean, I'm just
Before
saying
that,
I mean, going back to
going back to that triple threat.
that's what. Well, that was five
Yeah,
years ago. Yeah.
that was 5. No, ain't no way that was 5.
No,
That feel
actually,
like
that
that
was
was
six
about.
years ago. That was
I'm about
six
to say
because
that
that
feel
was
like it was 10 years
no.
ago
I mean, which
at
triple
this
threat are you
point.
referring
The
to?
triple threat, Ronda,
That's six
Becky,
years
and her.
ago.
That
That's
was
six
6
years
years
ago.
ago. That feel
Yeah.
like it was a whole decade
I
ago. I
said
swear.
five, but her and Rhea, that was the COVID when nobody in that bitch. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
point I'm making is Charlotte showed you who she was around that time
yeah.
because other than I take it back,
The belt swap.
and that's what that happened in that
Yeah,
time frame.
yeah, yeah.
So literally, unless it's a groundbreaking moment like when she had the match with Oscar, which was fire, and her and Rhea, this is what Charlotte does, bro.
Yeah.
And this is proving that this is proving that Charlotte rub is not a real thing, bro.
Yeah, I don't think that exists. If outside of outside of Rhea, I think that's the only realm in which it exists.
I don't.
Kinda,
I can't even say
kinda,
that because I feel
because
like Rhea was already established. Like you look at what
no,
Rhea.
she was established. No, don't get it twisted. Rhea was established in both of those instances going against Charlotte. It was just that I don't think Charlotte could sandbag Rhea. I don't think she could. Because for
Well,
one,
yeah,
it's
because
like I think
Rhea's.
Rhea fuck you up. That's
And
for one.
I think Tiffany wanted to fuck her up, but Tiffany realized the position she was in and she couldn't fuck up the golden girl because then it would be like, oh, Tiffany's unprofessional. She doesn't know how to work when it's clearly been Charlotte being the one that's unprofessional.
Yeah,
And this goes back to the conversation me and you had when I said I would prefer Tiffany and Charlotte over Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. And I'm only saying that because it's like, okay, for me at the time, I'm like, this is Charlotte's chance to prove that
that
okay,
she's
Becky
not
was
gonna
a bitch,
sandbag somebody.
Ronda was a
Yeah.
bitch. These people were not good people to genuinely work with. But then I
Hmm.
can't say that because outside of the Charlotte shit, as much as I get tired of LOL Becky Lynch wins shit,
Yeah.
Becky puts on good fucking matches. I can't
Yeah.
sit there and say that Becky,
And
is a
Becky
bad
will job
because again, the
happily job.
yeah, the misdirection that people gave is because they don't want to admit that their favorite Mercedes toy didn't want to lose again at SummerSlam.
Hmm.
That's where the Becky criticism started. Before that, she's just
Yeah,
who
it
she
wasn't.
is,
Yeah, it was none of that criticism existed before.
and
She had
that's
to. She
not.
had to take the bullet for
She
Mercedes.
took that bullet, but
Yeah.
Becky has gone to NXT and put people over.
Yeah.
Charlotte went down to NXT, didn't even want to
She
do
wanted
it.
to be NXT champion. It's
Charlotte wanted to be NXT champion just so she could say, "Hey, I didn't done it
another
all.
one.
It's another one
I've
on
done
the
it all.
notch." But this just proves the point that Charlotte Flair rub doesn't exist. And
Yeah, it's not a
honestly,
real thing.
honestly, whenever they do the next roster switch up or draft change, or whatever, yeah, bro, mix this shit up because honestly, Tiffany's gonna need some new challengers. She's gonna need some fresh blood. And with Charlotte, have her go do something else, character, like something. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest
I know
with
you
you.
weren't about to say character because let me tell you
No, no,
something
no. I'm gonna
about
be honest with you.
that.
No, no, no. I'm gonna be
It's a
honest with you. That
hard
is
sell.
one thing I'm gonna give on Hunter. At some point, you gotta stop trying to force this Charlotte Cena shit as if the crowd's gonna be "Let's go Charlotte" or woo
Charlotte
boo
sucks.
shit.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. Charlotte is a goddamn heel. I feel like their original goal for this was for Charlotte to be fake friendly and then do a turn afterwards. But the crowd soured. She didn't know how to handle it. And then she tried to play victim with somebody that was like, man, I just got here.
Hmm.
Like, I could have cashed in this money in the bank and lost.
Yeah.
She didn't do that. So that's my whole point with this Charlotte shit. Like, bro, get this shit out of here. And to be real with you, like I said, when I say character, hey man, Charlotte gonna have to have some feuds without that title, man. Keep her away. Keep her away from the mid card titles. Keep away from all that shit. Give Charlotte something to work with where she got to put in the work, bro. I'm not trying to see this. Hey, we just gonna just throw her another championship belt.
throw her another Royal Rumble win. Like, nah,
Because
bro.
to be
Enough.
real, I know Charlotte out there because she can. But if Charlotte retired right now, bro, she's already goaded, bro. So hey,
Oh yeah, for sure. She can
so
stop today, and she's one of the greatest Hall of Famers ever. And I'm talking
but
about. I ain't even talking. I'm talking about beyond women.
yeah,
Like, you know
no,
what I'm saying? Like,
she one of them ones. But
yeah,
these last 5 years, six
it's
years,
shaky. It's shaky. It is very shaky. Very shaky.
don't get mad. All I'm gonna say is don't get mad when other people because you were wrestling women that were there that could wrestle, but really it's kind of iffy. Now that there's actual certified, bona fide studs coming out that certified, women coming
Hmm.
out that performance
Coming
center.
out that PC.
Don't try to tense up now because it's like, ooh,
And
like
I'll say this as a close on that match because it is really ain't nothing worth covering in that shit other than the right person won. That's it. Tiffany Stratton won the match. That's it. Let's move on. Let's move on. Like that right person won. I'm glad it was not Charlotte. LOL Charlotte win,
hey, I ain't gonna lie, it
but
was a couple
like
times in that
I'm
shit
cool.
where I was like, no, no, no.
I honestly wasn't worried about it. I was like, nah. I said, if you want to riot, you put that belt on Charlotte. Y'all don't want to riot tonight. Not on a night where it's already kind of shaky. Nah, brother. Make sure Tiffany walks out with that belt. I don't care. I don't care by any means.
Yeah,
Make sure Tiffany walks out with that belt.
yeah,
Do Charlotte has to take the L,
yeah.
especially. And you kind of like, in a way, you kind of giving Charlotte a receipt because how she again went into business for herself. You know what I'm saying? Like in the middle of this feud, like just
Multiple
the
times.
multiple times. It's like,
Everybody
nigga,
was referring
no,
to the
you,
Kaiser shit. She been going into business
yeah,
for herself with this
yeah,
shit.
you going into business for yourself? Nah, no, you're gonna, hey, you're gonna lay down. You're gonna lay down.
I'm trying to remember the wrestler that said this. I want to say it was either Austin that said this or no, it was KO, and I think he said Austin told him this or somebody said this. And it's simply this: if you have a person that's like that's just like a bad like if you put over one person so much and you just put down your opponent,
Hmm.
then you just beat a loser.
Yeah,
You didn't prove anything other than like, oh, I just beat some loser. But when you
yeah,
make your opponent look like they're supposed to be in
like a
that,
million bucks. Yeah, like they're supposed to be in there with you. Like they're to the caliber of what you are, or at least you built them up to be the caliber of what you are.
notice in the Jay and Gunther feud, Jay Gunther wasn't like, yeah, you fucking drunk or all these
Yeah.
different things. Gunther might say you're poor, but that's just because his character is a snobby, you know,
All Gunther said, and this is easy as simple as put, I'm gonna make your life hell if you
hell.
choose me. And for 8 weeks, I'm gonna make your life a living hell.
And he also told him, boy, I 3 owed you, bruh. I don't
Yeah,
even know why we doing this shit. And what
yeah.
happened? Went out
And that's
there
that's how you're
and
supposed to do it.
that's how you're
That's how
supposed to do it.
business is done.
That's how business is done. Charlotte,
Simple as that.
write that shit down and learn some fucking lessons, baby girl.
That is it. Um, and all triple threat. Really, I mean,
We talked about it
we
earlier,
talked
but
about it in the opening, but I will definitely like to shine a light on the presentation of it. I think that, man, that was really dope. Seth with the all white on, even though
Seth knew he was winning, dog.
he knew
Like
he
that,
was winning. He
that
knew he was
entrance
winning.
was
He
like,
knew he was winning.
all right, all right, keep it
Um,
tall with me. He comes out the flamethrower, right?
yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you. When the lights went out, I was like, if this motherfucker got the vest,
Okay, there was two things I thought there. There was two things I thought.
yeah,
Okay, one, which is something he already did before. I was like, okay, lights is going out. If that shield theme comes
I
on,
would have got it. I would
I'm
have
like,
hit.
yo, this nigga Seth.
I
Okay.
would have cut a backflip in this
The
bitch.
other the other thing, I thought his old theme was gonna come on.
The Messiah theme.
Yes, no, not the Messiah, not the Monday Night Messiah. The theme, the architect theme. I thought that was about to come on.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah, which is burn it down without
burn
saying
it
burn it
down.
down.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
yeah,
thought I
yeah.
was like, yo, like whatever. But it was them taking off that stuff and putting all white on them, and then
The
the juxtaposition of all that is that the white is actually stained. Like, in a way, it's like Kingpin. You know what I'm saying? Like you, it's you actually want to throw blood on that white because
okay.
That's what he really did tonight
Nah, I
with
ain't
that
gonna lie
light.
to you. Let's go. Tinfoil time. Tinfoil time.
Yeah,
I felt like that was him alluding to the fact he was going back to the CrossFit Jesus
that too.
because
Yeah.
the white with the crowns on the shades.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
remember how his most famous CrossFit Jesus match ended, but we're gonna get to that.
Oh, when he won the he
When
won
he
when he
beat
beat
Cena.
Cena. Yeah, when he
Remember
beat
how
Cena.
that ended, but we'll
Yeah,
talk about that.
but
So that's why I said okay. But that's why I thought like, okay, is the Messiah thing coming back? Is he about to be back into the like? Is the black glove coming back
yeah,
with
yeah,
like the
yeah, like yeah.
yeah
That's what I was like, okay, we got something here.
yeah
Roman comes out, and we know that the whole bloodline thing has been a big, the
promo
Samoan dynasty has
yeah
been a huge thing. Like even going into 2K25, like the
mm-hmm.
bloodline, like how they were showing all of the different
Alpha
Alpha,
Rikishi
Rikishi, and
Sika.
Sika, and everybody. They was just showing everybody. Like I thought that was extremely dope. Like that was really fire for Roman. Roman's entrance, and then I'm not gonna lie, taking us back in time with Punk, taking us back.
I'm gonna
I,
cut you off. I swear to God, I thought we were finna get this fire burns, and I was about to turn the fuck up, but
but
it got spoiled, and the living color was there, so I was like,
yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
of
but
course, yeah,
but
yeah, like
that's proof though. Like, hey, bring that shit. Like when it's time for Punk to win the big one, or when it's time for him the next like right off feud match,
yeah.
bring back this fire
But
burns,
just
bro.
showing, his whole story in that minute and a half video of like all of this led into
Shout
now, like
shout
me
out to all
being
my
in the
straight edge niggas.
yeah,
You know what I'm
being in
saying?
the main event of WrestleMania. I thought that was like so dope, and I was just honestly, I was like, okay, Punk is winning this tonight, but you got to remember that red herring that was out there. Seth still had a favor from Paul Heyman. You know what I'm saying? He still had a favor to cash in, and that's what was the central. That should have been on everybody's mind as we watched this match and everything like that. But overall, hey, one of the best triple threats I've ever seen, bro. I loved every
Man,
single minute of it.
hey,
I feel like honestly, they saved tonight for me. They saved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if I'm ever going back to watch night one, I'm just watching that triple threat. I ain't really watching anything else. Like, but
I'm gonna be real. If I go back and watch this night now that I've like gone back in my head, I'm gonna go back and watch J Tap Gunther because I thought that was funny.
yeah,
I'm gonna watch that. I'm actually gonna go back and watch Jacob at LA Knight. I feel like that
yeah,
was
yeah. Jacob and LA Knight. If I'm like on some like, man, I really just want to watch an old WrestleMania match. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
a
want to watch
random one. Yeah, like
randomly, and I'll be like, you know what, Jacob and LA Knight, I want to see that again. I want to see that spot. You know what I'm saying,
yeah.
or whatever. Like, I will watch that. But
Yeah, and but as
yeah,
far as like these are moments though, like even like Vikingo coming out for me is like that's me just doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like what? But this is definitely like when they have the moments where you have to play these matches in WWE 2K or in 10 years from now when they do the top 50 WrestleMania matches again, like when they
yeah,
relist this shit. Oh yeah, this is going up there.
yeah, yeah.
I
It's
mean, even the callbacks like um Seth
hey,
with the sharpshooter.
the table, the Roman powerbomb table, when Seth was like, hey, we got to kill him, we got to get rid of him, and he thought he got Roman back on the team, and Roman slapped the shit out of him
Slapped the
and
dog
put
shit out of
both of them
him.
through tables. I said, no, this is hard. This is
Man,
hard, bro.
when Paul picked that chair up, I said, "Here we go." I
Yep. Hey,
said, "I said,
and
here
I
we
was
go."
like, and everybody was like, I'm like, no, that chair is for Seth.
That
That is
chair's for
not.
Seth,
That's
bro.
for Seth.
That's for
That chair
Seth,
is not
dog.
for Punk, and
Yo,
it's not. And then when he hit Punk with the low blow, and then he giving the chair to Roman, I said, oh no, Seth ain't about to get hit in the back. No sir.
okay. I'm gonna say this, and this might throw some people off, but I'm gonna have to say this. All right. When Paul Heyman and Punk became a thing, right? It was because Paul Heyman had a moment in time away from Brock, and him and Punk had this thing which led to a match with Brock because the plan was always to get Paul Heyman back with Brock. Now, by this time, Punk has already been a champ for a long, like he was that was his longest reign at
Yeah,
that
longest
time,
reign. Yeah.
and Punk had already been cemented as the guy, like the guy on Monday that's not John Cena. Like he was already
Yeah.
cemented as this, right? This feels like the most ECW Paul Heyman guy since ECW for me personally.
Yeah.
Because Seth and his style of wrestling does fit somebody that Paul Heyman would have gotten behind back in like the late '90s. To me,
RVD.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
just in
RVD.
general, and
Yeah.
just not even just RVD, like,
I'm just saying like that type of
but
person. Yeah.
RVD,
Like, yeah.
Carino, even like it's
Carino.
just
Yeah.
those guys that fits that mold, and that fits like the type of guys that Paul Heyman was fighting for behind the scenes, which is why this is going to be one of the more interesting runs to me because
Yeah.
him and Roman and what they've done will never be touched.
No.
But this is going to be special because being real, Paul Heyman never got involved in those Lesnar matches, and those Lesnar matches either you like them or you don't. It just is what it is based off his
Yeah.
style. But Seth having somebody that he doesn't need to speak for him, Seth can cut a
I was
promo
gonna
on
say
his
that
own.
too because I'm like, well, it's like in a way you kind of got a triple threat, like because Punk can talk, Roman can talk,
Yeah,
and now Seth, which I feel is one of the best talkers in the game. You know what I'm saying?
hands
He can talk
down.
for, he can speak for himself. You know what I'm saying? But seeing that a
Yeah.
combo of Seth and Paul Heyman together being talking, oh man, that's
All right, let me
woo,
ask you
yeah, that's
this.
crazy.
The last time we saw a full-fledged, not tweener, not he just Seth, but the last time we saw a full-fledged heel Seth Rollins, he had some heaters with him.
Yeah.
Do you think that will happen again?
No,
All right.
no. I think Seth can stand on his own.
I feel like he can too.
Yeah, I don't think he's
I
gonna
feel
have
like
to.
he should.
He doesn't
I'm
have to. Seth don't have to play coward. You know, when he had heaters, he was playing coward. Like Seth don't have to play
well, he
coward.
was playing well. I ain't gonna well see that's the thing. When he had heaters before during the I almost said the corporation. It really was
The
a
authority.
corporation, the authority.
Yeah.
He was a coward then. He wasn't no coward when he was beating the dog shit out of KO and stabbing Rey Mysterio's eye out
No,
like
he
that.
wasn't. But it was just
So
kind of like he still kind of needed workers. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
think this stage Seth don't need workers.
he
He don't
don't
need.
need it, but if it happens, I won't be surprised. Just because I feel like a lot of that shit that he was doing during the pandemic was during the pandemic in that type of role, and we didn't really. I mean, the live crowd reacting to what he did with Rey Mysterio would have been insane. So
I say like this.
we didn't get to see that.
I'll
So
say like this. If because Buddy Murphy can't fucking talk. You know,
of course
couldn't
not.
talk. He had no charisma whatsoever. If Seth sees
Mm-hmm.
one of these young guys that got that charisma that can meet him at the charisma, then I can see it happening. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
But other than that, I don't think he needs it at all. I think him and Paul is fine enough to just it being those two. You
I
know what
think
I'm
him
saying?
and Paul is perfectly fine. I just
Yeah.
think that I can see Seth getting back to the top of the mountain and being like, "Hey, I ain't finna risk shit. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some hitters. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just thinking in my head because this is what we can see in wrestling. Not saying it's what we're gonna see, but we can see this. So,
Yeah.
but this was one of the best triple threats ever, and this is one of the better main event matches of a WrestleMania for sure. And yeah, man, this
Yeah.
Roman and Punk and Seth. the the feud continues. So
It's,
hey
I mean,
man,
yeah, straight up. So
uh,
like, yeah, so we got. I mean, it's. I'm really looking forward to seeing where we go from here with on that end. I did see something interesting, like where they said that the winner of this match is possibly going to be the number one contender to go against Cody or John or Cena, depending on the result of their match tomorrow. But I mean, we'll just wait and see. Like, I don't want to too deep dive into it right now because I want to see what happens tomorrow for night two first,
I'm gonna
before
just
we
say
can get
this
there. But
briefly.
I don't think that I'll say this. The three of those gentlemen, Seth, Roman, and Punk, none of them need a title, bro. So I don't think
They do not need a title,
they don't
but
need
if
a
you're
title.
going to pivot into a Roman Punk feud and Seth kind of moves on a little bit, Seth makes way more sense with Jey Uso than he does with
With
like.
Cody.
I think
Yeah,
him and Cody would make sense, but I just think that unfortunately, based on how this build has been, I said Cody should retain tomorrow. I'm not batting an eye if they give it to Cena, only because
I'm not really either
uh,
because I
it,
feel like Cena can win tomorrow. I'm
I
not
feel like
gonna
Cena
lie,
can win. I also
but
feel like there's gonna be some shenanigans around Cena winning because you can't repeat what you did last
last
year.
year, no, I don't think you should
And
do
I
that.
think that it's going to be interesting just seeing where they go. I have no idea where we're going to go with that, but I think
If you want Cody to win tomorrow, you know what I'm saying. Look, I'm not you, but I'm just
yeah,
saying you, the viewer or
the
whatever.
audience,
Yeah, the
yeah,
audience. If you want Cody to win, you want Cody to win by himself because he has to have a definitive win on his own at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to have that definitive win in order to where it's like, well, Cody only wins when he gets help. Like, nah, we can't. It
or
can't be
if
that.
he wins and he has help, let it be something random as hell. Like let it be like the Nightmare Family doing something like character like wonky. Like don't let it be, oh, he needs Sami Zayn and
or
five
or
other people to come
or
out. Like no.
Austin.
Yeah,
Austin
like
comes out and stunners somebody. Like, nah, man,
yeah,
it's
keep
got to be a
this.
defender because they've been booking Cody. The reason why I'm like, and there's an idea that Cena can do this. Like, they've been booking Cody super strong for this.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying,
I
man.
don't
Like
I don't know. Like, I'm like,
it could go either way, but
yeah,
like if Cody's gonna do this on his own, I need Cody to catch Travis Scott backstage tomorrow during the middle of the show and just beat the dog shit out of him so he can't interfere. Like there has to be some kind of measure because for a fact Dwayne and Travis are coming out, so they have to find a
yeah.
creative way to.
Like lock them inside of a room or some shit like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
something. I don't know.
Something.
We'll see.
Yeah. We'll
We'll see.
see. We'll see. But yeah, we got a whole nother show to do tomorrow after night two completes. You know what I'm saying? This was a good show to come to pop up after night one. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we came and
For
did
sure.
this for sure. You know what I'm
Kept it
saying? I feel like we've talked long enough
Yes.
for y'all out there. You know what I'm saying? It's late on our side of the map, so we got to get well rested and ready to do this again tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's going to be even more exciting tomorrow. Like just looking at the matches that's left over for tomorrow, I think we're going to have a way better
Oh yeah.
night than we did for night one. So
But if I'm not crazy, wasn't it like that last year where night two was just better than night one by like a lot? Like
uh I don't think so. I think night one still has some really solid because I mean, even though the tag match was on night one too, but it was still some pretty solid matches because Sammy and Gunther was night one
all right,
last
so
year,
it was
and,
it was Rhea Becky,
and Rhea Becky was night one.
the
Uh,
the ladder
the
match,
ladder match,
Ray and
Sammy Gunther,
Andrade versus Santos and Dom, Okay.
Yeah,
Jay and Jimmy.
that was weak.
Jay the
Oh, the
Black Unity versus
black women
Team
versus
Anime.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a
So,
solid
that was a
match.
good match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what I'm saying. Night one was pretty
And
strong
then
last year.
that tag with Roman and Cody and The Rock, that was entertainment. That was
Yeah,
pretty
that was good entertainment. And then like
44 fucking minutes, but yeah.
night two was
Man.
kind of like whatever, but you had Becky Io
Nah,
was banging.
night two was there's only one match from night two that I don't fuck with because Drew and Seth and that
Drew and Seth
whole
was good.
was good
Yeah.
because the priest cash shit happened and it was good.
Hmm.
The one match I don't fuck with is shout out to you carrying cross because you be
Oh
trying,
yeah,
but
yeah. Get that. That was
that was
throw that in
bad.
the garbage. Yeah, that's
LA Knight and AJ was actually good
yeah.
until
That was the funniest moment we had.
until Winston wanted to bring up
The
the
Oscar Mayer
freaking Oscar
wiener.
Mayer
Yeah.
wiener.
Check that out
Uh,
if you want to see that on the Patreon.
Patreon.
That was fun.
Yeah, Logan Paul, KO, and Randy was cool.
Yeah, that was
Bailey and
cool.
EO was heat, and
That
then
was
we
heat.
got the greatest WrestleMania main event of all time. Like,
Yeah, there you go. Like
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't. Yeah, this when I'm in the realm of night ones, I know right now where it's fresh, but I think people gonna look back, after a few more WrestleMania, they be like, yeah, WrestleMania 41 night one is the weakest one. I really
Oh
think people gonna
yeah,
say
I
that for sure.
mean, look, man, yeah, it's definitely 41. 40 is definitely the best, but I
Mhm.
also think that there's times when you have when you have those landmark WrestleManias, like when you have like how people talk about 31, how people talk about like
Yeah,
20 and 17 and those manias, the
yeah,
very next one is just like, eh.
yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
just
That's
literally what
what
it is.
41 is gonna be.
Yeah.
41 night one. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Well, 41 is bad, but go back and look at that 39 card. Yeah, nah.
39 in LA.
Kicked off with Theory and Cena. The tag match with the Profits, where
Oh,
they
the
had
hit stick.
the showcase
The
tag match,
hit
the
stick
hit stick
match.
moment. Seth and Logan is cool. Trish Lee to Becky and Damage Control was it
Ah,
was yeah.
eh,
Ray and Dom was cool.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Rhea
that was really fire because
Rhea
that's
and
when Ray
Charlotte was
gave him a
really
whooping.
good.
Yeah,
Pat McAfee and The Miz.
a lot
Yeah.
happened. A lot
Yeah.
happened. A lot happened there.
Yeah. Same the KO and the Usos was cool, but once again, this is kind of similar where it's like the highs are
Or
high,
high.
the
Yeah,
lows are low.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, man.
We'll
Hey,
be back.
we'll
We'll
be
be
back.
back
We'll be back tomorrow, yo. We'll be back tomorrow. Shout out to everybody that swung over. Make
for
sure y'all
sure.
swing over again tomorrow too. I know tomorrow's Easter. Or
Easter and
Resurrection Sunday for
shout
those that follow the cloth, like us.
shout out to my boy JC, man.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to JC, Big JC up there in the sky. You feel
Jesus Christ.
me? Yeah, that's what Jacob Fatu screaming right now.
That's what,
Like,
hey, you saw
yeah,
my tweet. I said, hey, it's
yeah,
Easter. Bring that gold
crazy.
home.
Yeah, but
Hey.
yeah, man.
Uh, yeah,
Hey,
don't smoke yourself stupid tomorrow either,
yeah, don't
man.
go
Like,
too
yeah,
crazy
don't go
tomorrow,
too
man. Y'all
crazy,
gotta
man.
actually be awake and coherent to
I'm
watch
looking at a
watch
couple y'all.
wrestling.
I ain't gonna say no names, but you know who I'm talking about. Don't go too
Yeah.
stupid. We
But
love
yeah,
y'all.
man.
Be safe.
We love y'all boys and the gals, but yeah, y'all be safe. We will get back at y'all tomorrow.
For
Salute.
sure. Happy Easter weekend. Happy birthday, Earl.
Yes, sir. Thank you for listening to Mid Carters and Catering Podcast, a weekly podcast focused on pro wrestling and sports entertainment. Mid Carters and Catering Podcast is created and executive produced by Amir Johnson. Music, Miami Boulevard by Offbeat Ninja and Maple by Blair North. Special thanks goes out to Show Your Work Network and Guessing from the Stands podcast. Mid Carters and Catering is powered by The Union.